Urban Eden changed my life.
Like my skin can feel the difference. So I really appreciate that.
My first experience with using Urban Eden, it was amazing.
It healed my psoriasis within 8 to 9 months.
Can you tell us your name and also just how old you are?
I'm Maria, and I am 34 years old here in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, cool. And how long have you been using Urban Eden?
Oh, child. 2021 is when I first started, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even before then.
Okay.
Probably before then. I want to say 2021 just because I know that's when I got my diagnosis, but I
Mm.
want to say before then.
Okay, and what diagnosis did you get?
So I was diagnosed with psoriasis officially by a dermatologist. I had just had weight loss surgery and my skin lost its everlasting mind. I had breakouts all over my body and I didn't know what was happening. So I went to a dermatologist and they did their lovely skin scrapes, their testing, and I actually got diagnosed with psoriasis.
Okay, and so was this in 2021 that you got diagnosed?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and so when you got diagnosed, did you start using like a steroid cream or what were some of your first methods that you started using when you found out you had psoriasis?
So I actually didn't use anything. And the reason for that is with weight loss surgery, you can't have certain steroids in your system. And my surgeon was very, very adamant that I did not go on any steroids. They wanted to issue me some medication that has steroids in it, but I couldn't take it. Hence, I started looking the holistic route, started looking at all natural companies, and that's where I found you guys.
Dope. Okay, so when you were looking up all natural companies, did you just do like a simple Google search? Because you're not based in Atlanta, are you?
No, I'm not. At the time I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I just literally did a Google search and was looking at different options. I mean, a bunch of companies came up, being transparent, but I didn't want to use products that I didn't know what they were, if that makes sense. I didn't understand what half the products were. Came across your company and I was reading and I was like, oh, I understand these. Like, this is understandable. So that's where Urban Eating came in.
Wow, nice. So based off of all of these different companies that you looked into, just out of the selection, you just felt like you connected pretty much with Urban Eden and like these are the products that you want to use. And you've
Yeah.
been using us since then?
I've been using you since then. My skin has made a 180 turn. A big portion of going with your company is you actually had a eczema product. A lot of things and a lot of companies had creams and there's like, oh, it can help, or it's shown to be effective towards, but you had a product that was specific to what I needed resolution for. And that's what really triggered me to start with Urban Eden. And then I've been using your products, your soaps, your oils. Your Eve oil is my life. I'm using it on my wedding day. I can't wait. I've been using your products since religiously. My skin is perfect. It's
Great.
perfect.
That's good to hear. So, what was the first product that I don't know if you remember, but what was the first product that you used and how was your experience with it?
So the first product I used was actually your eczema salve, and I also used your oatmeal soap. Those were the two items I bought, if I'm not mistaken, during my first order. And the first time I used the soap, I was like, oh, it got a nice little lather, and my skin wasn't dried out after I took a shower. And that was huge for me because using other brands of soaps, I'm always having to over moisturize my skin afterwards because, I'm dried out from the soap. That didn't happen with the oatmeal soap. When it came down to the salve, it wasn't heavy. It was very lightweight. I could put it on and not have a stench on me. I didn't feel a burning or anything like that. It was very lightweight. And that's what triggered me to be like, okay, we can keep going with these products.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And obviously, it must have been good if we're in 2024, you started using it in 2021, and you're still here. You're like, the products are still giving.
Yes, they're giving and they have given. So they are doing their thing for sure.
That is great. That is great. Okay. And so you pretty much talked about how you feel that the products have helped improve your overall health and your overall appearance. Do you want to dive deeper into that and just talk about, especially with you dealing with psoriasis, can you just somewhat explain to us your experience with psoriasis and then in conjunction with your experience with using the Urban Eden products and how it has like, because I know I don't have too much experience with psoriasis. I did have a cousin growing up who he was an older guy, but he had psoriasis. And I just remember seeing like these like scaly patches. He was very, very light skinned. So his were like red, very red on him. And he had it like all over his body. So I know that there are different like levels of psoriasis, how severe it can be. And it seems like it's definitely something that can kind of play on your confidence as well, how you're wearing your body out, like, you know, showing your arms or legs if you have it on your arms or legs. So can you share your experience with psoriasis and then even like using the products and the any results that you started to see?
Absolutely. So having weight loss surgery was one thing, right? I'm heavy. I was over 450 pounds at the time. I was already self-cautious, right? So I go through the surgery. Okay, cool. Now my skin is starting to react. I'm starting to get these patches all over my body. On my neck is starting to get very flaky, very red, very inflamed. And at the time I had short hair. So me going out in public, I was very self-cautious because people are seeing this rash on the back of my body that just looks ugly and it hurts, it stings, right? And I just wanted relief. I needed something to alleviate the pain, first of all, because you can only take Tylenol so much, right? I needed something to alleviate pain, but then also make this go away. And I couldn't go on steroids, like I mentioned. My surgeon was against it, and I needed something all natural to help. So when it came with the salve and the soaps, this salve being lightweight, I could apply it multiple times a day. It's not going to set on my skin and weigh it down. It's not going to have a stench. It's not going to transfer onto my clothes. I used it 3 times a day. And in the first month, I noticed that my skin started to get better. And I was like, okay, whatever's working right now, I need to keep doing that. So then I would use the soap more routinely, right? I would use that every morning, every night. I would use the salve continuously 3 times, maybe even 4 times a day. If it's super hot in New Mexico, it's gross in the summer,
Okay.
multiple showers, right? So using the salve every time I take a shower, right before I go to bed, right when I get up. And over the course of about 8 months, my skin cleared up. My red, itchy, gross, flaky rash subsided. And I was able to feel confident again in my skin. Sure, the weight loss helped too, but my skin, people see that, people see I don't have to be afraid to shake someone's hand because I'm afraid they're going to see the patches on my wrists or on my arms. I can be confident in it. And the salve, the soap, that helped with that treatment and making my self-confidence come back tenfold.
Mm. Well, thank you for sharing that. I gotta like hold back the tears. I be getting emotional, and like because when I started making the products, of course, like I was just making stuff because the first soap I ever made was like a lavender soap, and I was just like, man, you can use it. Dawned on me because like me growing up, I was using commercial brands, whatever my mom was buying, but we never really used like soap that was thoughtfully made, intentionally made, I guess we could say, like made with intention. And when I first used like a lavender soap, I did start using natural soaps before I started making them. But when I actually like made a lavender soap, I'm like, wow, you could put like herbs and essential oils in a soap. And this is something that's like good for your health, and you could use this every day. And just to hear that you just continued on using it, because I know that just us as people, we look for like instant gratification with
Yeah.
with our products, and of course you want to, but you just want to give it like some time before you
Yes.
really start to see results. So I appreciate you, being patient with yourself and understanding it was a journey, allowing your body to heal and to just becoming acclimated to just always using those natural products that are just going to love on your skin, and you're going to see good results.
Absolutely. It was about time for sure. And that's what made me want to keep going as I saw results within the first month, right? It wasn't completely gone. It wasn't even 90% gone. There was a change and I was like, okay, this change is a good change. So
Mhm.
let me keep going and see what could happen. And it it resolved. My skin got healed from your products.
Wow, I love to hear that. Okay, so with psoriasis too, do you only use our unscented products, or do you also use some of our products that are scented with essential oils, and what has been your experience with those?
Yeah, so I have a lot of your products, like a few of them sitting right here, but I use quite a bit of your products, not just unscented. I did unscented in the beginning because I didn't want any perfumes on my skin that might irritate it more. So I was being very cautious about that. But your everything soap is my favorite soap, period. Like
Lather goes crazy.
I love it. It smells amazing. It suds beautifully. It's my favorite product. Your Eve oil, like I said, is my favorite oil. I'm using it on my wedding day. Even like not even like your rosewood oil. I've used that. I've had my fiance use it. Like it's a family thing now, right? We have your products in the family. Like I love your product line. It's not just one thing. I love all of them, and I will continue to support y'all on it for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's so special too that you're just even including urban eating in some way into because it's a part of your daily regimen already that you can even include it into a day that's very special to you as well. So I'm so thankful that you're gonna just be girl, you're gonna be so that's I'm telling you, he's gonna be like that. She's undeniable with that Eve one because this that rose and the roly, ylang ylang, like those are just some of the most impeccable scents that you could use and adorn yourself with. So I know that you are going to be a beautiful bride. When's your wedding day, by the way?
My wedding day is in September of 2025. We just got engaged, but we are full steam ahead on planning. And I already have like scents laid out. And I actually used the Eve oil and the soap when I first met him. So I do think that helped get him too, child.
We gonna blame the soap. We're gonna
Yeah,
blame
we're gonna blame the soap and the oil for
it
sure.
got
That's
to
how he
be
got up in here real fast, and now he stayed. So yes.
We're gonna say that. I believe it. So don't let me start making new claims. I'm gonna be like, yeah. So you put on this Eve, you are gonna find your forever man.
That's
Okay.
your person. That's it. It worked for me, but might work for you. Just say.
I love that. So that is great. So that's just really, really good to hear. I'm happy to hear. Some of the other questions are like, and I feel like we kind of have some of them can be redundant because we kind of just like have went into some of these things already. Um, like one of the next questions is, oh, you know, I'll ask this one. I think you had kind of like you kind of answered it a little bit, but when I ask the questions, I feel like if you want to go in depth with it, then that's perfectly fine. But what do you think sets Urban Eden apart from other skincare brands, and why do you believe it is the best option for you?
Oh, I like that question. First of all, it's Black owned. That set a whole tone for me. Like there is a natural company that is owned by someone who is African American with my skin who knows their work and their product. Like that is huge because we can't just use anything on our skin because it's not made for our skin, right? So having a company that knows and that is us is huge for me. And like I said, noting your products, being able to understand what is in your products, right? I can look at your label and know what these are. I can Google these things. There's some things that you just can't do that with. And I don't know about everybody else, but I need to know what's going into my body and what's going into my skin. And that was a big portion of me choosing Urban Eden. And I mean, it's all natural, it's organic, it's not a bad price point, it's affordable, and it comes quick. Your shipping is fantastic. I can order today, it'll be shipped out within the next day or two, and I'll have it before the end of the week. Like, it's great. So I think biggest thing, and I mean, I don't want to harp on race, but having a company that knows our skin and that can put out a product that helps our skin, that's a big deal. And that's what it was for me.
Oh, I love to hear that. Okay, that's great. And I kind of want to dial back just a little bit because just when you start talking about like the ingredients that you could recognize or that you can Google if you or like you're reading and it says shea butter or cocoa butter, you like, okay, I know what that is. Or like if we're using like an essential oil and like you probably need to like learn what it is. Like you said, it's just an easy Google search. So just dialing back, my question is with you having weight loss surgery, because for us, like the using a lot of our products is a holistic experience. It helps with your mind, your body, and your soul. And we talk about making sure that the ingredients are good because they're going on your skin. So with weight loss, right? That has to do with like food that you were eating and gaining weight. So my question is like, how was that journey for you as well with like losing weight? You're thinking about what you're eating more. Did you feel that did it kind of click to you like, okay, well, I'm thinking about what I'm eating as well. Like I need to think about like what I'm putting on my skin or anything like that. Like what was your journey kind of like with your weight loss and then your skincare as well?
Oh yeah. So I think a big portion is going through weight loss surgery, you do realize you need to be mindful of what you put in your body, right? Like, yeah, we can't eat as much, but what you put in your body also has an effect. So I'm not looking at labels. I'm looking at more all natural foods. I'm looking at organic chickens and, free range chickens and non-steroid use products because of what's going into my body. And then also going with your product as someone who was bigger, because at the time I had just hit 400. I was still losing, but I was 400 pounds still going down, right? And there is a self-cautiousness that a lot of plus size folks don't talk about, and it's hygiene, right? We don't want to be out here smelling. We don't want to be stank because we already have a stigma that, oh gosh, she's big and she has, she's wearing whatever type of clothes, but to add a hygiene issue on top of it is very daunting. It's very self-cautious. And having Urban Eden have your deodorants and having your oils helps with that, right? I don't have to worry that I'm going to be out here musky to the world because I know that the products that are in Urban Eden or that you put in your products, in your ingredients that you put in your products are going to help solve that issue or help me be better in that space. I can use the soaps, the oils, deodorants, and know that I'm gonna be fresh and I'm gonna smell good. That people don't got to worry about Maria smelling out here because it's not her. So that's the food aspect in conjunction with your hygiene together makes it's a balance, and being able to balance that to be successful going forward is a part of that journey.
Dang, that's so good. It's so crazy to just like ask questions and then where the answers will take you sometimes. Because like you said, even just with that weight loss and then the hygiene aspect of it too. And it's crazy because I don't, did you get up to 600 pounds? Or you were just,
No, no,
okay.
did I
Because
get
I
up to
watched, you didn't get, okay, because I watched 600 Pound Life sometime. And when you mentioned the hygiene, it made me think about 600 Pound Life and how they just talk about how it's hard for them to take a shower and different things like that. So just like more weight that you're carrying and you just don't feel like doing too much. So even to like hone in on your hygiene, it's just like you were committed. You were just committed to just being a better you. And
Absolutely. If you're going to go through a journey like that, like you have to understand what it's going to take. And you get tired at some point of just being tired. And yeah, the weight is a lot. You're holding up folds to wash underneath so you don't smell. You're doing extra precautions to make sure you smell good. Like it's daunting. As someone who's been there, I'm so glad that I decided to change my lifestyle. I've dropped over 200 pounds. I've gone through my weight loss surgery. I've gone through my plastics. And, if anyone out there who is struggling or not even sure if they want to do it, do it. It is a process. And like you said, it's work. You got to be able to be committed and you got to stick to it, but it's so worth it.
you must be a Virgo.
And it is.
I knew because I was like, because even after I had a baby and I was in my postpartum phase, I was like, I feel so I was my largest weight ever. I got up to like 230 or maybe like 230, 240 or something like that. And I was like, man, just one day I just was feeling down and bad. I was like, I don't feel good. I don't feel like I look good. And I probably wanted to like, a part of me wanted to like tell my husband, like, dang, I don't look good. I don't feel good. I wanted him to be like, you look good and this, that, and next. Then I wanted to get on social media and be like, I don't feel my best. But then I'm like, what do I want from these people? Like, do I want them to save me? Do I feel like they're going to change my situation? Which they can't change my situation. I'm the only person that can change my situation. But I think that's like, I don't know if a lot of people think like that or if it's just like a Virgo type of thing because we're so critical. It's just
Yes.
like, I can
Yes.
fix my situation.
Exactly. Like, because I was the same way. I would post pictures on social media hoping I'd get those likes or let a comment like, you look good or something. But it never settled anything. It wasn't fulfilling. Nothing. I always wanted more, or I felt like I wasn't complete. And it was like, all right, look, you got to do something because this ain't working out. So let's do this. And it did. And
Wow. Well, let me say congrats to you. I am just even hearing your story. I am extremely inspired and I am very proud of you. I don't know if anybody has told you, but I'm proud of you for sticking to your goals and for sticking to something and seeing the results. You look great, girl. You glowing.
thank you. I appreciate it.
So happiness, love, health, all of that looks very, very good on you. I'm glad that you chose that and that you're out here thriving and surviving, boo.
doing what I can. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. What advice would you give to someone who is considering trying urban eating for the first time?
I think you should absolutely do it. I don't want to say you don't have anything to lose because you do got your coins to lose. That's the thing. But you are going to have an experience where you get to try something that is good for you, right? These products aren't going to harm anything on your body. You can Google search what's and look at the label. If you don't know, Google it. If you just want to try a soap, you'll see the difference just from the soap. Your skin's not dry when you get out of the shower. It smells good. You will walk around, people like, oh, you smell good. It's my soap. Like, it's just that easy. If you want to go for something more like what I had to go through with my psoriasis and try the salve, I highly recommend it. It's lightweight. It won't transfer on your clothes. You can use it multiple times a day. Doesn't have a smell. And it healed my psoriasis within 8 to 9 months. And I took photos. Like, I have evidentiary proof, like, this product works.
Wow.
It's a lifesaver. So if you're on the fence about trying Urban Eden, do it. Besides your coins to lose, you don't got much else to lose.
Right.
Give
We
it
out
a
here spending
shot.
money anyways.
Give it a shot. The worst that can happen is you don't like it. And Urban Eden will work with you on getting you what you need to be happy with your products.
Mhm. And what you say you have some products sitting next to you. What are some of the products that you have?
I got soaps, of course, my everything bar, because this
Is
is my
that your favorite? The
it's
everything?
my favorite soap. Besides the Eve soap, this is my favorite soap. I buy these in bulk from you. I love them. Of course, I have my salve. I even from 2021 to now, I still use this salve, when I have my flare-ups, because they do happen. I don't get the rashes as much, but I can feel it. And when I feel it, I use this.
I'm putting
Hands
that
down.
on. That's crazy. I don't even so like even you're even putting it to perspective because sometimes I'm just like making stuff and time goes by, but I didn't even know I had the eczema salve since 2021. I don't even know. I'm trying to think when did I even it might have been 2021 that I actually brought it on that I introduced it because I think it was while I was still in this warehouse, which we moved here in 2020.
Yeah, I still use it to this day. It's a staple. I have one that I keep at home and one that I travel with just in case something happens while I'm out of the country. I have me some on hand. Period.
That's
Keep
what's
that.
up. All
Yeah,
right,
and
that's the only thing you got. What else you got?
I got your oils. I
Okay,
got
which kind you use? What kind you
so
use?
this is the rosewood, cypress and spruce, and then this one is lemongrass patchouli. I even had Bay try these too because he be ashy. We gotta help our partners. So I be helping him out. And then I have my travel oils too, because I gotta travel with them always.
Nice.
And then I have this is just a few. These are some more bar soaps, but like my bathroom is stocked.
That's what's up. I appreciate it. So you travel a lot as well. So you just always
I am always gone. We just got back from a 30-day, 13 country trip, and it was amazing. That's where I got engaged at. He proposed on that trip.
wow. So you are just that's one of the reasons why you really, really glowing too. You like, I just came back from vacation and then I done got proposed to and I done came back a fiance now.
I remember fiance just had a little vacation. Now we're wedding planning. Like, it's
Wow.
bliss right now in my life, and I'm wearing it proudly.
Okay, that's sweet. And I do also want to let you know too, if you're thinking about wedding favors, we're actually going to our friend's wedding this weekend and they're going to be using our soaps. But we do custom labels as well. So we'll put your name on there, we'll put your wedding date on there and whatever soaps that you feel are your favorites. We can put those in like little sample sizes and you can give those out as soap favorites too if you would like to. So just
Say less.
just so you know, just hit me up if you are interested in doing that. We would definitely love to be a part of your wedding in that way.
Absolutely. I did not know y'all did that. So say less. I'm down.
Okay, dope. Okay, let me see. Let me get through. Let me make sure because like I said, I only did I don't have I got well, let me see. We got 11 more minutes. Hold on. Um You okay, so you said you noticed. I want to kind of just dig into this just a little bit, but you said it says, have you noticed any changes in your skin's texture or tone since you started using Urban Eden? So you're saying like pretty much you don't deal with like just consistent rash anymore. Like sometimes you say you might get an occasional flare up here and there, but your skin is pretty much like, are you good? Are you
Yeah.
here and
So
there?
so aside from the psoriasis on my neck, I also had breakouts on my face. So like the creases between my nose and my cheeks and my mouth was very flaky. My eyebrow bone was very flaky. So I did use your facial wash, your toner. I used your products, and my skin now, like I hardly have zero makeup on. I have concealer on, and my skin is flawless because of the products. Like, not only did the salve help this psoriasis that I had on my body, not only just my back, like I had it on my arms, I had it on my stomach, I had psoriasis everywhere. So I was using your salve like it was lotion. Okay. It was going everywhere. But the products have healed my skin tremendously. Like, I don't use any other skincare because I don't need to.
Right.
I just use yours.
It's simple. Like, and you just prefer like a simple regimen where you don't have to like do too much. Yeah.
Yeah, like people use I no offense to anybody, people use eye creams and serums, and I'm not that chick. Like, I need a thing to take my makeup off, something to keep my skin moisturized and toned. That's it. And some soap.
Yes. We got too many things to worry about in this day and age. Like, let's not let our skin be one of them. We just want to be able to live and breathe.
Yes, that's it. Just keep it simple, keep it clean, and keep it moisturized. That's all I need. And done.
Okay, so finally, this can be tough. So take your time to think about it and to actually like, don't feel rushed to answer this. But if you had to sum up your experience in Urban Eden with one sentence, what would that how what would it be? Take your time and let me know.
Easy. Urban Eden changed my life.
Mm.
Literally. Like, and that's the sense. Urban Eden changed my life. And too deep to go further, it really comes down to what my skin was prior to using your products to what it is even in this very moment, because you're looking at two different Marias skin wise, like flaky, hurting, achy, red spots, rashes, flakes everywhere, to clear skin. I can walk around without makeup freely. You know, it's changed my life. And I'm so thankful to you and to your brand for your products.
Wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that also, that's what I was like saying earlier. I don't know if I had fully gotten to the point, but when I first started making the soaps, I was just making soaps because, like I said, you can get the benefits from it daily. And then when I was like early on, when we were still doing markets and stuff, a guy came to me and he would come to our markets occasionally and he would say, yeah, my wife like loves your product. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he's like telling me that she loves it. I'm just like, okay. And we got to know him, got to know his name and stuff like that. And then one day he brings his wife up there and I see her and she's beautiful. And he comes to me with like tears in his eyes, pretty much like welling up tears. And he was like, I just don't think that you understand like how your products helped with her confidence. He was like, she was really like feeling like, as far as makeup too, feeling like she had to put on all this makeup to cover up blemishes and things like that. And once she started using your product and started to see her skin clear up, then it really, really gave her back her confidence. And I was like, that was the first time that I realized that the products could help with that as well. Like, I'm just thinking you could use them daily and it helps with like that mental well-being and you're getting the benefits. But like when you actually see the results from the benefits, like that is one of the most rewarding aspects of using soap or using like, a moisturizer or a salve or something, because we take a shower every day. Like, you're just taking a shower, washing your body, but to actually be able to like use a soap that has like good ingredients or and follow up with the complementary products to help it and to see the results is just extremely rewarding. So that's why I'm very, very thankful that we are able to, talk and you're able to share your story with me. And that is what keeps me going. That's what reminds me that, that these products are here to stay. And typically our last question is, how would you feel if Urban Eden just was not around anymore? But you could just tell us in your own words.
Oh, girl. No, that we can't have that. I'm sorry. No, we would crowd fund whatever we need to make sure Urban Eden stayed, because like if I can't, what am I gonna do? If I can't use your products, where am I gonna go? I can't use steroids, right? And there's all these companies who claim to be organic. Like, I'm not trying to risk my skin. No, if Urban Eden wasn't here, I don't know what I would do. We would have to make a crowd surf fund for you because you ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. We can't let that happen.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Maria, for taking the time, sitting down with us, sharing your story. Thank you, first and foremost, for just giving Urban Eden a chance, and then for just inviting us into your lives and just allowing the products to do what they do. We appreciate you. And again, congrats on your engagement. And we'll be in touch some more just about how we could be a part of your wedding and just hearing more about your products. We're also going to send you some of your favorite products too, just for taking part in this. We greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Of course, I'm happy to be a part of it. I will gladly help y'all anyway. If you need me, I'm here. Like I said, I have the photos. I can gladly send you those as well.
Yes, please send us those. I don't know. I think you've been corresponding already with Ishmael, so you have his email.
I've been corresponding with him via IG. I can send him on IG or I can email him
Yes,
over.
you can send him on IG. I think you should be able to save them from there because he'll probably include them into this too. And then I just wanted to be able to take a look at your pictures too and see because like you painted this picture. So like now I'm like, I want to see like actually the transformation as well. That'd be interesting to see.
No, I got you. I'll send them over once we're done here. And then I'll also write like when it started, like 3 months, 6 months post, all that good stuff. So you have a timeline to follow.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Maria. I hope you have a good weekend and we'll be talking soon.
Yes, we'll chat soon. Have a good one, dear.
All right, peace.
Toodles.